All right, here's a quadratic equation we're supposed to solve. Factoring, yeah, looks tough. So quadratic formula, perfect. So plug things in here. The only thing I saw just a little funny, but you corrected it, was, oh no, it's all correct. I was worried about that negative sign there, but you put it inside the brackets where it's supposed to be, everything's perfect. And you come out to this, good. Um, And then, oh, and you simplify this. So 448 is the same as 64 times 7. And the square root of 64 is the 8. That's where you got that perfect. Okay. So things are looking perfect to that spot. Let me just write it down again. Plus 8 root 7 over 32. Now, you probably can see, oh, well, 32 goes into 64. 8 goes into 32. How do I simplify all that stuff? Well, this is a common denominator, this 32. And if it's a common denominator, sort of an easy way to simplify this would be to split it up. So you'd say, well, it's 64 over 32 plus or minus 8 root 7 over 32. And then 64 and 32, that would be 2. Plus or minus 8 goes into 32 4 times, so you'd have root 7 over 4. Careful that you don't write it like this, because it's not all over 4, only the root 7 is over 4. So this would be acceptable, and that's probably the most simple way of doing it. Another way you could do it is if I had 64 plus or minus 8 root 7 over 32. I see 8 will go into everything. And so what I do is in the top, I factor out an 8. That'll leave me with an 8 plus or minus root 7. And then on the bottom, you factor the 32 out to 8 times 4. And then the 8's cancel. So your final answer there would be 8 plus or minus root 7 all over 4. So notice that these two, they're not identical, but if you were to do them each on a calculator, you'd get the identical answer. This one is where the two terms are combined with a like denominator, a common denominator. And this is simplified maybe just a bit further. You could, if you wanted, just to confirm that they're the same, is if I multiplied top and bottom here by 4 so that I could get that common denominator, then I'd have a 4 on the bottom. The top would be 2 times 4 is 8, plus or minus root 7. You see it's the same answer. Okay, so either this one, which was 2 plus or minus root 7, just that one over 4, or that one there would be fine. I think that often in my labs they like that one, but both of them are correct. Hopefully that helps finishing off that quadratic formula.